All right, let's get an update on this story. A Wits University student leader has been arrested during violent protests. The demonstration was over the alleged financial exclusion of some students. Police fired rubber bullets to disperse the crowd near the medical campus. Nkosazana Dambuza is covering that story for us. She joins us now live. So earlier, of course, there were scenes of students forcing their way into the university. Why are they resorting to violence?
Well, Shahan, the students say that they had intended for this protest to be peaceful as they marched under the banner of #AsinaMali, which means we don't have money. And the protest started with a group of students marching through the Joburg CBD and disrupting the flow of traffic on Empire Road and other parts of the CBD, which is when police then dispersed the crowd by using force. But the protesters claimed that they were shot at by the police unprovoked, which is when the protesters then made their way to the Wits main campus, where they tried to forcefully enter the premises after several entrances had been closed off, but they did manage to enter the university. But let's take a listen to the Wits SRC President Mpendulo Mfega speaking on this.
Students were shot unprovoked. They were shot by police several times, and that some of them, as I speak to you now, at campus health trying to get treatment. Now we were forced by police at the same time to move from the place we were at, that being Park Town, to here. And when we get here, the gate is locked. And we are told by police that we are going to be shot if we remain outside. We are told by bouncers that they are not going to allow outside. What option did we have, really? We tried containing the violence, and we've contained the violence. There's no violence that I've perceived personally from students. The gate you refer to is there. It's still standing. So please, I request that in the event that any other media outlet is reporting protest and whatnot, you show both sides of the story. Students were brutalized this morning.
So what are police saying about these claims?
Well, Shahan, police are saying that they don't believe that they shot at the students for no reason. They say they were doing what they had to ensure that the law is not broken. But let's take a listen to the police spokesperson, Mavela Masondo.
We received a call that Empire Road was blockaded. Indeed, then we sent our members from Public Order Police to check what was happening. When they arrived there, they found that indeed the road was blocked by refuse bins. As soon as the members arrived, some of the protesters, they ran back to the campus. Actually, they all dispersed, and we had to remove those refuse bins, and the road was cleared for the traffic. Soon after that, we received another call that there's another group that is at Wits Medical School. So we rushed to the area. When we got there, we found that those protesters, they were now forcing entry into the medical school. Obviously, as the police, we had to protect the property. We had to protect the people that were inside those premises. We asked them to disperse, but some of them, they did cooperate, but some of them, they didn't. So unfortunately, we had to use rubber bullets to disperse those that didn't want to cooperate. And one of the protesters was arrested. We've opened a case of public violence for further investigation.
So, Nkosazana, of course, for the benefit of those who have just tuned in, let's talk about Wits University's response to the concerns from these students.
Yes, Shahan, so Wits University basically issued a statement yesterday, and this statement came after a protest which erupted last week over an alleged lack of accommodation for students after a video showing students sleeping in libraries made the rounds on social media. Wits saying basically that there are several avenues that students who need funding can explore, which include COVID-19 relief funds and donations that they've received from various people from the private sector. They've also spoken about payment plans that students can go into, as well as seeking assistance from other government entities. But basically what they're saying is that they've done all that they can to assist students who are in need of financial assistance for the 2021 academic year. And after today's protest, I spoke to Sharona Patel, who is the university's spokesperson, and she's saying, no, the stance remains the same. There is not much more that they can do at this point.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Our reporter Nkosazana Dambuza.